Well, Len, congratulations. It's great to have you back on campus. When you played here at Purdue back in the mid-1950s, the Purdue quarterback tradition was just getting started. What was your main attraction to the Purdue football program?
Well, we had to play both ways, but nobody mentioned anything about my defensive abilities because I didn't have any. In 1952, I was watching at a movie house of the news come on. They give you the highlights of things. And I saw that Purdue University, and I didn't know where Purdue University was located. I'm from Ohio, so at that stage of my life, I heard nothing but Ohio State. And one of the guys that scored a couple of touchdowns was named Mike Macchioli, and he was from Alliance, Ohio, and I played with his younger brother on the high school football team. So I knew about Purdue University. And when I had the opportunity to come out and visit, the coaching staff got together because Woody Hayes was coaching at Ohio State. He had not yet discovered the forward pass at that particular time. So they sat me down to see the passing game. Well, I didn't know anything about making clips and editing and things like that. And I said, my God, these guys never miss a pass. What do they want me for? It said Bobby DeMoss and Dale Sams. Everything was a completion. I said, geez, okay. But I met some great coaches here that attracted me to this university, and I learned very quickly what a great university Purdue is, and that's the reason I came here to West Lafayette.
You mentioned Coach DeMoss and Dale Samuels, and they were assistant coaches. Talk about their presence in the program.
Well, they're both quarterbacks. They knew the quarterback position, and they could help me. And Bob was my freshman coach. And in those days, when you were a freshman, you couldn't play. So you would either be on offense one week and then maybe the next week on defense. Say an end would do that. I was always on offense. They never put me on defense, and so they'd hold up the card with the play and say, run this against the varsity. None of it worked. It doesn't do it that way. But Bob worked with me a lot, when he came up to the varsity at the quarterbacking position, and I felt that, after my stay here at Purdue University, I had the fundamentals down pretty well.
Let's move ahead to the NFL. You played in the very first Super Bowl against Green Bay, and you were the winning quarterback in Super Bowl IV. Talk about how you've seen the game change over the years and how you envision it moving forward.
First of all, Mark, congratulations. What a wonderful career, and he's always been a class act. That's the thing that I like about him. What was the question, anyway?
Well, the football, from what it was like when you played to how you see it moving forward and how the game's evolved over the years.
Well, today, quarterbacks are throwing the ball 40 and 50 times a game. I don't think I ever threw 40 passes in a game unless you counted the warm-ups when I was before the game. And more of a running style of game and great defenses. Now you're seeing all kinds of things offensively, and with the wideouts, with 4 receivers out there, all those things. I didn't see any of that in the early stages of professional football, but it has evolved. And plus the fact that the players, look at the size of them today. They're talking about Drew Brees is 6'1", and he's too short. Wait a minute. It isn't the height that you have. It's the ability and the heart that you have, and he has it. So congratulations to him, and it was a great Super Bowl victory. But the game has changed a great deal. I think the money also has changed a great deal.
Just slightly, right?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
We won't go any further there. Now, a lot of people want to know the answer to this next question. You celebrated your 75th birthday 2 days ago, I'm told. What is the secret to such a youthful appearance?
My wife does a terrific job. She dresses me. I look all right, don't I? Yeah. I don't know. I've always, it's in the genes. I'm one of 11 children. There were 7 boys and 4 girls. I was the youngest boy. And the work ethic, for one thing, that you wanted something back in those days, and I know some folks who are my vintage out there. If you wanted something and you didn't come from a wealthy family, you better find a way to earn the money to get it. And that was what was ingrained in me at an early age. And to work hard and, be consistent and be true to your word. If you say you're going to do something, do it.
As Joe mentioned, you had a successful career as a sports anchor and football commentator after your playing career. Compare those, and what are the things you like and dislike about your second career?
Well, I love it. I'm still doing it at age 75. I did it for 10 years while I was playing quarterback for the Chiefs. As I said, there were only 3 television stations in 1966, ABC, NBC, and CBS. It was film. It was all black and white. And the one station was last in the ratings. And they were on for 15 minutes at 10 o'clock at night and didn't give sports or weather because they wanted to get into a movie to try to grab the audience from The Tonight Show. So the general manager decided, well, he's going to go to 30 minutes, so he needed a weatherman and also a sportsman. And the Chiefs were new in town in Kansas City. They were trying to sell some tickets. And so they said, hey, if we get one of our guys on one of those TV stations, that's one station's not going to be bad-mouthing this football team. And so I took a leave of absence from an insurance company I was working with, and that was, 1966. It's over 40 years ago that I did that. I'd get through practice about 5:15, and I'd hurry down to the station, and I was on the 6 o'clock news, and go home and have dinner with my family, then come back and do the 10 o'clock sports. Mark, is that right? You were there, huh? And that was 1966, and we won the championship and went to the first Super Bowl. Well, nobody said anything about Len Dawson, doing sports and not all football. And the reason I was doing these things is to make some money because we didn't earn that much back then. And after the next year we didn't make the playoffs, so people said, well, hey, quarterbacks out there spend too much time on television, and he should be working more on football. And I said, let me explain 2 things to you. Number one, I don't produce the show. I do it. Somebody else produces it, and I'm not there that long. And secondly, at least you know where I am at 10 o'clock at night. So.
There you go. Oh, Len, finally, what Purdue memories stand out for you when you think back of your time here?
It's been mentioned. Notre Dame game my sophomore year. The first game I ever played at Purdue here at Ross-Ade Stadium was against the University of Missouri, and Francie Gutman was the starting quarterback, and he was more of a running quarterback, and I didn't start. And they put me in the first or second quarter, and I got lucky because Missouri didn't know that anybody could throw on Purdue's team, and I ended up throwing 4 touchdown passes. So the next week I'm going to start against those people in South Bend that were ranked number 1 in the country. And the rules in those days, how the football game has changed, is if you started a quarter, you could leave once in that quarter and come back in. But if you did not start the quarter and you went in that quarter and came out, you could not go back in until the next quarter. I don't know why they did all those things, but basically it was 1 platoon football. So against South Bend, I'm going to start. I'm a little nervous. No, I'm a lot nervous. And we lost a coin toss, so somebody else kicked off, but our defense with Lamar Lundy in group and Tom Bettis, 3 plays and they're out of it. They have to punt. I go in, and I throw the ball in the flat, and the guy misses a tackle, and we went in for a touchdown. So now if I leave, I can't go back in until the second quarter, and there's 12 minutes left in the first quarter. So they said, get out here, kick extra point. I mean, it's not that important, and you kicked in high school. So I kicked, now what? Now I got to kick off. I can't kick off. Not only that, I have to punt. I'm glad nobody ever showed the statistics of my punting average and my kickoff average, but the first kickoff I still remember. And I'm kicking it, and I kick it real high. And the ball is going down about 2 feet off the ground, bouncing all around, and it gets by all those people into the end zone. My very first kickoff went into the end zone. I didn't say that I, hit one straight high for 70 yards, no. But my memories of Purdue are the people that I met here, the kind of people that I met here, and the university. I think there were only 12 or 14,000 students when I was here in the early 50s, and to what it has grown to today. And I say one thing, no matter what high school you went to, you remember that high school the rest of your life. And what university you go to, you remember that very fondly for the rest of your life. And I'm very happy and proud to accept this award this evening.
Well, we're honored you're here. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.